Their emergence affirms the strength of our system. Oh, but how it equips. We missed a part of that. Oh.
I'm sure what he said was extremely influential and profound.
It has been my privilege in this office to bear witness to that evolution. To step back where stepping back was a mark of trust. Oh, and he's jumping for joy. To speak less where silence was a mark of confidence.
It's happy to see the president happy sometimes.
He's always happy.
He's one of the jolliest people I know.
And to engage only where the moment demanded, not from lack of care. Tags. But from respect for the growing capacity of this House to lead and legislate with integrity. Jumping once again. It is the paradox of a healthy republic. It is the paradox of a healthy nation. Wow.
Is anyone else just waiting for the bit of,
That the
and this
more
is why,
competent its institution becomes.
and this is why I'm pleased to announce my candidacy.
For Taoiseach, the less visible their guardians must be. Let me be clear, I am no less committed to the work of this presidency. Tags? I assume it was about something he's done before then.
something presidency something.
And Clerk Jessica has said he's never worked. Hashtag Nepo baby.
This is true, a descendant of the O'Culling clan.
Just as I am also a nepotism baby. And
I'm a closer descendant. I've got the power in my veins. Really.
But these speeches are just like in regards to the president
what
and
has
what's
changed
happened.
Oh, we got a bell.
But-
And the only opposition party still here is the Green Party, just for the record. With its 2 Dáil seats full. And so I hope have I.
I'm sure he asked himself a rhetorical question there.
I am.
I'm sure we'll re-review the fully
Hansard.
the no, not the Hansard, but the official publication and
But that is
record of
not
this speech.
the only recognizable difference about where I stand today.
Hmm.
Although 7 months ago I was given a historical amount of signatures, the most in
here we go.
Irish history.
Here we go.
Boasting, not humble.
Well, he is a diagnosed narcissist. So.
That was not a limit or ceiling. So he wants to get more. Is that what we're...
Oh, it looks like I think that's a call to action there.
Subtle call to action. And I feel the words he's spoken before were subtle foreshadowing, laying the foundations for this call to action here. If anything, it was a mandate to be equipped. Oh.
Here we go. And here we are.
And with that, I am proud to say, a mandate I am willing to renew. Anach Tarán officially confirms his candidacy for the presidential election.
I'm not sure how big of news this is. I mean, it is very big news to know that he will be running again, but I think it's expected by a lot of people that he would be. Now,
Actually, we We only speculated he
Yeah,
would.
we did. There was a lot of speculation. There
Was
were
there not?
rumours that he may not run again, but we have gotten that official confirmation now. He will be running for the second and maybe final term of presidency.
No, definitely
Well,
final
it
term. I
has to
can't
be the
avoid.
final turn.
I
It
You
does
can't
never
have to
know.
avoid
be.
You
this
never know.
wide
No, no,
reckoning me that I
you
have
can only run
voted.
twice, Dan.
That's the law.
Change the
It's actually
constitution.
In
it's,
sentiment and in joy, group staff would remove him. Or he would be
thankfully
impeached.
the Irish Post had this tweet prepared. Post, and we're going to be the first media agencies to report on
That
this.
I will also be seeking yet another term as not just thee, but your Uachtaráin.
If you're just tuning into us there, Oireachtas na Heron, Killian Clark has just confirmed he will be seeking re-election for Oireachtas. He is currently the only known candidate for election. So it'll be interesting to see if he will run unopposed.
Thank
or
you,
if
deputies. An Uachtaráin has closed his remarks. Apologies, Jeremy, for interrupting.
it's no problem at all. It'll be interesting to see if any other candidates emerge. Thinking now this close to the election, I doubt it, but
And now we move to a speech that I do believe will be given by Cian Corla. And
the reaction from
everyone
the
erupts
chamber.
into claps.
This is actually unparliamentary. The Cian Corla should stop this.
Yeah, that should be stopped immediately.
No, the Cian Corla did join in there.
Clapping is banned, so I mean, someone
Yes.
should stop that.
So, whilst the rest of the chamber clapped, Clerk Jessica Clark Eshgall did let a fart rip.
I'm actually with her on that one, actually.
Twins. And so did Secretary General Eamon McGrath.
Ringing a few bells now. I would have thought it's the Cian Corla that now speaks. Again, according to the list I've been given. The acting Cian Corla.
I love how he was quick to put those Cian Corla robes on. Thank you, deputies.
I mean, I do believe he will be running unless he counsels that. But he has, as of now, decided that he will be running for Cian Corla next Oireachtas. I'm not sure if that's changed.
I would like to be Cian Corla one day, but not now.
I'd hate the job.
I think it'd be funny.
After watching these sessions every week, definitely not a job I want.
An Uachtaráin. I need my glasses. I can't fucking see. I had the great honor of working alongside you in this chamber.
RT are only just reporting that the president is addressing the joint sitting there. Bit
No, you
delayed.
can't. No, you work for RT. Come on.
Oh
And
no, I
in your
don't. I never
last term
signed a
as
contract.
Taoiseach, you can't be up here then.
As our lovely colleague Dan.
No,
I do nothing
I put that
to
announcement out
read
ages
the
ago.
lines
I'm not
there.
sure what this other one is.
Thankfully, though, the Irish Post were the first media agency to inform the Irish public president's intention to seek re-election. Thankfully.
Oh, I do apologise. An Uachtaráin's wife, Corbin, is in the chamber present today.
I believe on Garda Síochána are investigating a number of bruises found on Corbin Clark earlier today.
That you would serve our nation with integrity, with diligence. Israel.
Okay, and I think the doll camera are going to cut there.
Yeah, technical difficulties. And with dedication. and it is only right that we come here today to honour you.
If you're just tuning in, Lash Count Corda Wilberfork, who's assuming the chair this evening, is currently glazing the hell out of the president after he's just issued his remarks, announcing his intention to seek re-election. Only
This is true.
truthful reporting here from
Your presidency has been marked by profound dedication to the people and the values of this country.
Oh, I can confirm. An Octaron will be calling in after the sitting concludes into
And we are
RTE.
deeply grateful for your unwavering commitment to serving all the interests of the Irish people. Major Glaze. Tags. Your legacy will be one of positive change.
really.
Stop. And of course, stability.
No, I do agree with that point. Well, you may not say that Killian Clark was a very consequential president. He's certainly one that was stable. um,
No one was allowed to run
if we remember, the
it. And
Ní Cathain was
oh,
accused of,
and may I wish you luck for the future. Sorry.
the Ní Cathain was accused of being a member of the terror group involved in the 9/11 attacks, if we
And
remember during
hopefully
her
in your
first
next
campaign.
term.
Why is this guy still speaking? He just said thank you.
I know. And Lynette Nikahan presents. Do you remember that
Sorry,
gif?
do you hear that plane?
Oh, I can hear Lynette.
And he
And
spelled
Uachtaráin,
Uachtaráin incorrectly there. That's unfortunate.
truly. May I thank you for your service you have done this country.
Interesting use of sentence structure there.
Lack thereof.
I mean, an attempt was made. Still better than some of the party leaders.
As
So
I know
he
you shall continue to do for months to come. And with
was
that,
in the
Encéan
seat there.
Corla has presumed his seat.
Lash Count I believe, if we just
Oh,
continue
Lash
to use the
Corla.
correct terminology there.
Sorry.
That's okay. Lash Count now yielding the floor. It's expected that Cahirlock or Taoiseach will now
Where are
give their remarks.
Oh. And he is surrendering the chair for
Yep,
Cahirlock
this is
to
no,
speak in. This is not
that's
practice.
perfectly normal. Don't worry, that's perfectly normal.
Grandma get Encéan Corla.
That was an excellent pronunciation there, Eve. Can I just say?
Folks.
I think those microphones picked up something a clerk said there. Maybe.
I do not seek to sugarcoat.
And the
this,
president is
Brad.
gone. He's walked out of the chamber.
And Uachtaráin has marched out with Dave by
Um,
his side.
I think
And
the
Cahirlock
president will be
has said,
given a
wow,
strike
he is
for that now.
scared. Yeah.
The president will receive a strike there for that conduct. Obviously,
Oh,
walked out.
Cahirlock has risen out of his chair and is currently standing on
He's standing on the desk.
the desk, which is not respectful to the
He
chair.
really didn't have to do that, but
I
we could
know,
all see
I
him.
know.
Thankfully, Oireachtas TV brings excellent coverage of these
As
events.
many of you will know, I have not seen eye to eye with Killian on most subjects. If you want proof of this, just go into general chat most days and search from Sunday with the message
Yeah, from
Killian.
Sunday. I'm sure Mr. Sunday is reaffirming his hatred for the president now, or
One can
sorry,
only hope.
one
Shall
can
I get
only
it from
hope.
the
Anyway,
hands?
let's hope he's not saying anything else.
Let me see from the hands.
Maybe Mr. Sunday is announcing his bid for the presidency.
Help. Uncle Hirlock has asked for help, but I will speak plainly on this now. And Uchtran has arrived back, I am told.
Has returned.
There he
Yeah.
is. With complete sincerity. Killian has, in my time, been Taoiseach, RTE Director and President.
I believe it's RT Director General there. Maybe someone should
Yes.
let the
Here
look now
now.
then.
And I have known him to be only a person of fidelity to his post and his people. Sudden turn of events, he's actually being quite pleasant.
Is anyone else seeing the €50
And,
dangling from the Keeler
and
clock?
is undoubtedly one of his proudest moments having me as his Taoiseach for a time.
Ah, there we go. Back to normal.
There it is, back to the narcissistic
Whew,
traits.
I got scared there.
I thought, is this Mr. Sunday? Who's behind that computer? A load of tags once again. Oh,
Oh, there's 2 presidents at the moment.
Oh.
So,
so
sorry, that was Dave, the president's body double.
okay.
As part of the president's narcissism, he likes to think he's a
Yeah,
movie actor who requires
with an
a stunt
entourage.
double. Yeah, it's we go along with it.
As a member of the Clarks,
Us
I am a member
Shanadori,
of
we
Yeah.
just proceed as normal.
with the entourage present.
I sometimes accidentally throw his body double without thinking that it's actually the president out the window.
We have certainly not agreed to the aims of that devotion.
I'm sure there was some mention of devotion there.
One can only hope. Yet I cannot say that it has not been but for at least his interpretation of the good of Ireland. Every president, Taoiseach, or even citizen
The president has walked out once again.
has their own vision of what Ireland should be. I am yet
I
to
believe
eat dinner as
Tipperary
well.
has just been hit by a wave of cyber attacks.
India has sent missiles to Tipperary.
I would just like the record to show that I didn't say that.
Sky News has said it's due to Tipperary's large Pakistani population. Israel. And Uchtran is back, yet again swapping it with his body double. For me, it's one of complete freedom for all citizens.
Some confused looks there from the gallery.
The ability and right to attain anything they want.
Quite an uncharacteristic, inspirational speech here from
Yeah.
Kieran. I'm
Rumour
actually
has
currently
it.
looking. His approval ratings are going up.
Skyrocketing.
Well, I mean, they were at 3%.
They were, yeah.
So they're currently
Any
at
improvement is a
20%. So this is
skyrocket.
a really this is a win for the Keir look today.
One bound by the right to equal opportunity. No matter one's creed.
I dare the Count Corda to put a timer.
This is the Ireland I want.
Oh, I believe we may be leading into a.
No doubt the Ireland Killian would want to create too.
Oh, he's created a timer. The camcorder has created a timer on the Cahirlock's time to speak. In an address to.
The Lash Count Corda
Yeah.
has €5 from my wallet right now. If he wants to come and collect it afterwards, he is within
An
every
Ireland
right to do
where
so.
we can communicate ideas. Can all members of the RTE production team please mute the timer?
Okay, hold
I
on.
believe there's only
Demonstrate.
one member of the production team who needs to do that.
I know, I don't want to name names.
Oh, sorry. Gee,
Israel.
and all cameras will cut momentarily.
Our principles
Oh, he said Israel and then is talking about principles. This is quite the
and
term
can
here.
build constructively with each other. You know, with the amount of interruptions Tags has given to this speech, I am struggling to follow, but I'm sure we will be given a copy afterwards. It is unfortunate to see this joint session be a pitch for a platform for the coming voting period.
Here we go. This is the Sunday we remember.
He's coming back. Do not fear. The polls are going down actively.
And he's gone from 24% to 12% simply after about one line.
Israel.
Looking on Boyle Sports there, sorry, seems like
I
Dal
believe
Cameron's
in an
just-
attempt to save his approval polls, he is saying Israel, which is a conservative buzzword. It should instead be an opportunity to unify this land. Right or left, agreeable or not. Referencing Oswald, I believe, with the not. Under one banner and common nationhood.
Can I just say, Oswald has risen even whilst.
Especially given how Ireland has
Yeah.
become more cynical and partisan than ever.
Some, I think, very true words there.
Mm.
Someone's ringing a bell.
I think it's Jessica Clark Eshgulmore, but I could be wrong. I have spoken many times about the importance of democracy. Because I believe in democracy. Thank you for reaffirming that. Flawed as it may sometimes appear, though hopefully not at this election, I think we can sense the tone in which that was said. It is important that people are given their right to choose. Ow!
I believe the Cathaoirleach there announcing that he is pro-choice. How progressive.
And not to have coronations decided behind closed doors, I believe in reference to True Donald's disallowing from the election. A sentiment many agree with.
Someone should point of order the Cathaoirleach has misled the House.
Exactly. Israel.
And Dal cameras are just going to momentarily take a break from the broadcast there.
A sentiment that many have agreed with. Sentiment spelled wrong.
Sentiment. Interesting.
I'm
I
going to
wonder
rub
if
that in his
that's
face.
I wonder if that's a loud spelling of that word, a loud
Maybe.
colloquialism, perhaps.
Oh, wrap it up, please, from Unki and Gorla.
I wonder if he's gonna do the thing the senator did. 24 hours just sat in Ireland.
So that you can't filibuster now.
Shut up, mop.
I don't think I don't know, it'd be very
not-
confusing. I'm not sure if the dual members are allowed to stop him from speaking, but
They're not.
Yes, no, they are. There is speaking
Oh, are
times
they? Oh.
provisions in the standing orders of
Much
both
less.
houses. So filibustering is by effect impossible.
Ooh.
Also, there's no vote taking place via filibuster.
Israel.
And no cameras.
What is this
Jeez,
Israel thing?
I'm clicking the button so many times. This is really frustrating.
Every Irish person. Irish spelt wrong.
Irish,
I
Irish,
Strive
every Irish person
towards the belief of Ireland
I'm being
should
informed
vote
like this
for him.
sounds like Sunday is running.
as a free and independent nation.
I think if he
I
did
think
announce
maybe-
his running here, it would be quite hypocritical.
You're in
but-
her sovereignty.
I need a picture of him. Fuck. I need to prepare this.
I
And
don't.
actively wielding its global influence for the good of all.
There's no way he's actually going to announce a candidacy here
Right.
like,
Well,
after that
let's not
speech.
speculate. Able to achieve her destiny. Unki Hirlock's time is over. He must now yield, with all working to her utmost prosperity. I've had word that Unki Hirlock's microphone has been muted.
Yeah, the Oireachtas cameras have moved away from him there now, so implying
Oswald
that his time
has
is up.
entered the chamber late, but he is here nonetheless.
Here, look,
He
assuming
has-
the
he
chair
has taken Unki
of the
Hirlock's
doll.
chair.
Oh,
Unki Hirlock's
Um,
Can we zoom in on this discretion, please?
Of course we can.
Thank you. Say move, please.
Say please, please.
Cian Corla has. Oh, we have some
The
degrading
Lashkin Corda has
language.
resumed chair this chamber. I believe now it'll move to members'
Yeah.
statements, probably beginning with on Taoiseach.
Hear me out yet.
I don't know. The list here says different.
Well, I'm just going off.
Anuk
this.
Turan has stated, "Thank you, Mr. Sunday. They tried to silence you."
I believe on Uachtaráin they're appealing to the right-wing voters of
Mm.
Ireland.
He wants as many signatures as he can get his hands on.
Oswald there stood
Has risen.
while the Lashkin Corla stood. This has been a direct
Disrespectful
violation
sign.
of the standing orders. He is contravening them at the moment. It'll be curious to see what happens.
Will we have an ejection? He has taken out a mug of tea, symbolising his relaxed stance on the fact that he is violating the standing orders and directly
I wonder
disrespecting
if
the chair
Vasily
of the
O'Quinley is
test.
also pro-choice.
I doubt
Oh,
it.
he has taken his seat, being the command of the Cian Corla. The
Right.
list
Today
I
they
have
love
here
him.
says the Leash Cahirloch should speak next, which
Lash.
would be me, but Lash. But I don't know. I would probably think I should go last or something. But I
Very
think
humble of you, Dan, but
I think they're
I don't
going in
know.
order of the
Moving on.
speaking, not presiding
I think
officers.
we'll just wait. I think we'll just wait for the Lashkin Corla
Yeah.
to pick on
Say it.
someone.
I call the Lash Cahirloch.
Lash Cahirloch. Lash Cahirloch now. Dan the
Very
puppy.
much.
Dan and Puppy Dab.
Where is his location in the chamber?
Sorry, I'm just eating some Milky Way magic stars at the moment.
I haven't eaten dinner. I've genuinely, like, my dinner's cold because of this. I apologise. I will try be swift and not bleed your ears too much. When I joined the Oireachtas nearly a year ago, I never imagined I'd speak a single word to a president, let alone to someone like Killian. Blaze.
Oh, I should have put a thing in to speak. I would have just said, "What up, Prez Dog? What's poppin'?"
I've met a multitude of people here, yet none of them hold the beacon of Ireland as well as Killian does. To quote one person, I asked. Tags.
A really nuanced quote
Mm.
there.
I wonder if he will say Israel.
Also, he did mention bleeding ears. I wonder if he's aware no one can hear this. They read this.
Dry eyes, potentially. Is that Killian's Ireland? Which shows me how far his influence spreads.
If someone ever asked me that, I would say, unfortunately.
Yeah. When I had my first debate, Killian was the Radio Telefís na hÉireann Director General at the time. He gave me a few words of encouragement to not let my failure get me down. I won. No, that wasn't actually that debate.
Actually, that's actually a topic the president is very familiar with.
Killian has been more than just a fellow citizen of Ireland. He's someone I've personally looked up to and mentored by. Well,
The president is notoriously 4'7", so
needless to say, when
very
he
much
asked for my
defeated.
signature 7 months ago, I was proud to have my name on that paper.
If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, the president has finished speaking moments ago. Count Coran
I am
Cahirloch.
humbled to stand before this president today, one who has been vocal on RTE, a president who has strived to be active within Ireland and deeply supportive of the community built, one he helped build.
I'm sure some long-time members may disagree with that slightly, but that's...
It brings me great joy to learn that the president will be running for a second term, and I hope I will still be able to continue to see service that you continue to commit to Ireland. Alas, I hope this speech wasn't too boring. Gramaget an a uchtran.
So that was how I was told to spell it.
I wonder what the meaning behind that speech was. Anyway,
Glaze. Pure glaze. Someone wants a presidential appointment.
I'm staying in the Social Democrats.
I didn't even try to get this job, you know.
I call
I didn't
Antishuk.
even have to try. Okay.
But no, he actually came to me. He was like, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Want what? What is this job?
Israel.
Who's the Taoiseach again? Oscar."
Israel.
Last Ken Cordy, you said it. It's fine. It didn't. Oh, fuck's sake.
Can we go to Antishuk?
Of course.
Gramaget Ken Corla. Losh Ken Corla. Even a Hilse. A Cahirlach.
There's a H there that shouldn't be there.
A Losh Ken Corla. A Shenadori. Doing the full roll call here. Thank you, Oscar.
So I'm assuming he'll say Choctaw Jolly and then
Yeah.
distinguished guests.
Stop.
The
You're making it up.
debate intro there. He must have been participating in what's it? Concern worldwide debating there recently.
Model UN.
Model UN, something similar. I'm sure.
Jack Petchy.
Don't say Israel. Can we encourage people not to say Israel?
It is with great
Palestine does
honour
the
and
same
a
thing.
deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today. In moments like these, though rare, we are reminded of the strength that unity brings, not only to our institutions, but to our family of people, our nation. I'm like throbbing at the mouth because I'm reading so much.
Would
Do
you
you
like
want
me
me
to
to
take
take?
over?
Oh,
You-
okay.
No, I
I'll take
feel
over then.
privileged to spend one of my last days as Taoiseach with not only the nation, but also with her host.
These words stem from President
President
Clark's
Clark's
predecessors in the campaign. I'll take over, Neve. Thank you very much. You rest your
You weren't
vocal
invited
cords.
to, but okay, I will allow it.
She aptly remarked how Killian's role in Ireland was one of such significance. It could be said he wore the very soul of the nation as not merely a leader, but a host to Ireland herself. And in the 7 months since he took office as Oireachtas Theron, he has only deepened that truth. I recall proudly my service to Oireachtas Theron and indeed Killian as their Secretary General, which was without a doubt my favourite role in this community. In reflecting on that service, I too recall his first inauguration, and hopefully not his last. It remains one of the most meaningful projects I had the privilege of being part of in Ireland and a lasting memory from my time in this community. It was just over a year ago that I joined Ireland, coming from my own Ireland that I merged as a result, Jesus, a lot of Ireland, as a result of previous differences my community had with ours.
He's going to say Irelanders in a minute. Watch.
Oh, I will be bleeping that. I will be self-censoring. I was expecting a cold reaction.
Well, Killian said he's a traitor.
Some more nothing.
So I
beg
think
your pardon.
and Taoiseach was right.
However, I was proven wrong.
Oh, shut up, Oscar. We have a heckle from the gallery.
I believe that's Reginald next to Victoria and
Corbin.
okay, cool.
Most
Yeah, just
notably,
making
a
sure.
Hayasha, who at the time was working in RTE, a testament to his legacy of public service. Oh my god. Someone didn't proofread this.
I don't think anyone did, judging by the amount of tags there are.
Yeah, there we go, a bit more. And again,
Who else
again
is
that
Israel?
word. Julian's ability to welcome, forgive, and love, despite previous personal grievances, has always astonished me, and is a characteristics I seek to adopt every single day. I believe the president called him a traitor there a few moments ago.
This is
One
true.
of the for one's greatest condition as president is their ability to love, a standard and condition that Killian has only raised. I am sure this joint sitting will serve as one of my most cherished moments as your Taoiseach, and the opportunity to spend these last few moments in such a uniting environment with Oireachtas is one I certainly do not take for granted. And so, let us close with quiet pride in knowing that Ireland is held in steady hands. If Lynette called him the nation's host, then today, if you could type this a bit quicker, this would be very fluid. We call him the nation's heart, steady, present, and beating for us all.
Everything Lynette was not.
There's a very heartfelt words there from an Taoiseach.
Goramahagat then, that's as Taoiseach closes his remarks there and resumes his seat.
I do have to say, the President Killian Clark has been very critical of Oscar's previous speeches. I'm not sure whether this will be the same, but
Is there any more speakers?
yes, there's quite a few.
Oh.
We have only done. Hold on, let me just get the list. We've only done.
Honest
Well,
are
we've
now
done.
being
We've gotten halfway
called
through.
on there.
We've gotten halfway through.
Killian has been
I'll
seen
take.
glazing on Taoiseach saying here.
Goramahagat Lashcan Corna. They're the first words from Tánaiste na HÉireann, Oisín Iarthair. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to say something that matters. So let's get straight into it.
Hold on,
Again, some
who
blabbing
is this
filler there.
person sitting behind Emperor on the Shanadori benches for the government?
I believe that's Lewis Doherty.
Oh.
You're about to slag him off.
No, I was just confused as to who it was and how they'd been allowed in, but
Yeah, again, Lewis Doherty. Some might point out Killian's done this, Killian's done that, and you know what? Maybe he has. I'm sure the next line would have been very tough there for the Tánaiste, however, it was ruined. He's seriously struggling here.
Saoirse agus siad chun Palestine.
I believe if he said Saoirse done Palestine, he's
It
getting
would.
away.
He would be freed.
We've all made mistakes, but the real question is, what has he done with the chance he was given?
Oh, we have all been given
Oh.
gelato.
And the answer is, he's made it count.
I think
Right.
the gelato is very common in the dual sessions, the joint sessions. Sorry.
Because they
I've been
go
to
on
about
for far
5,
too
and
long.
this is the first time I've seen gelato, so there you go. We're not here to dwell on the past, we're here to reflect on the impact of Killian's presidency. This hasn't been just another term. Killian's leadership has set a standard for what future presidents should aspire to. He's led with vision, conviction, and most importantly, with a focus, on people. He didn't lead from a distance. He led with us, alongside us. That's what leadership is all about. Another very poorly written speech.
Well, let's not be too critical now.
In the 7 months he's been Horace and Uachtaráin, I didn't know
The
that was a
house,
building.
the building.
I didn't know he was a building. Killian has shown us what effective leadership looks like, and it's not just in this role. As Director General, I'm sure you meant to say, of RTE, and as Taoiseach, he stepped up when it mattered and shown what it means to serve with purpose and clarity. Well, at least we know that none of these people use ChatGPT to write these statements. I suppose there's a silver lining. I've had the privilege of working closely with Killian, and let me tell you, he's not just a great colleague, he's a true friend. And one of the government TVs walking out there. One of the few people I can say I genuinely agree with on most issues, even here in Ireland, as opposed to. Okay. So today I'm not just supporting Killian for another term, I'm supporting a vision of leadership that's grounded, honest, and focused on all of us.
I wonder how Oris an Uachtaráin feels about
Let's
this
give him the chance to keep building on what's been started. Let's move forward together. Thank you. Very simple. Thank you there from Taoiseach as he resumes his seat.
How many more people have we got? Because
We've
it's
got,
going to be 10 o'clock and I
I
still want to
think
be in my bed.
5. I think 5 more people.
Fucking hell.
Right, it's not part. Oh no, it is basically a watershed. Never mind.
And there's no water.
Oswald now being called upon by
Well,
Irish
I do have to say quickly.
National Corla.
The leader of the opposition should have given a speech there, but he decided not to show up.
This
And
is going to be a hard watch.
yeah, the leader.
Here we go. So Oswald, the leader of Fine Gael,
Yeah, just to quickly say, the leader
staring
of the
directly at the
opposition.
I'm
camera.
going to be in the pit
Just staring directly at the camera. This is very uncanny.
with his monocle detached from his eye.
If only I think he knew where the bell camera would end up. That's astonishing.
But yeah, both members who are going to speak on behalf of Fianna Fáil are not here today, so we skipped to Fine Gael.
Yeah, thank you. I think that was all.
He was just making sure the viewers knew.
I think you're the only one who sees the stuff. So I doubt there was much confusion. In any case, we're waiting on.
Oh, is he just going to stand up and not speak?
I think
Is
he's
he
just going to
delaying?
stand there. I think this is his version of a protest.
Right. Okay.
He's standing up. He, going through his mind, I'm sure he thinks that his words are too valuable.
Yeah.
For us
Narcissist.
meeble people.
That we're
Again,
so
Artie
lesser
has
than
not.
him.
Artie has continued to miss on the part that Killian has announced his intention to run again, and has just reported that Taoiseach.
Oh, he was still muted.
Oh yeah, Osmo was muted.
We are accustomed to the recurrent illusions orchestrated by group staff, whereby the people are given the mirage of a vote of candidates which are selected based on no criteria, but the favour of group staff alone.
Here, here. That's how the Constitution says it. Oh,
To say that the president is a representative of Ireland and its people is nothing short of an elaborate joke.
I think this is a joke.
I don't think this guy has a career in comedy, I'm not going to lie.
The Cian Caller, well, the acting Cian Caller said
It
the
is by
deputies will
design a
behave
role of
themselves.
perpetuating a central line in the expanse of this nation's at the expense of this nation's values. Excuse me.
We have calls from
Values
government
which are
bench to
better known by
remove
public
Oswald.
servants, business owners, and the civil servants, not the people selected to oversee the group. Important to note, he said public servants and civil service. Those in the civil service are public servants. No matter how outraged the people will be at this reality, the group staff are impenetrably convinced, again, incorrect word there, but anyway, that they have the birthright to determine the head of state, which have in
Birthright.
turn had desperate consequences for Ors and Uachtaráin. Yes, I hear the building is in disrepair.
Orson. Oh my god.
I hear
The
the
way
building
he's
is
so-
suffering immensely after.
He's so passionate about his views.
It's now 9 o'clock here in
presidency,
Mulhern. This
and
time,
he doesn't
they
know
have
the
manoeuvred
title.
to ensure that the incumbent candidate, I believe the government are protesting at the moment, President Killian.
I will quickly say only 2 people have to speak after this speech.
Fuck.
Prevails through their extensive something. August something Oireach. Something again. Clear. Election. Earring. I believe that is a portmanteau. Efforts. Some deep English concepts, if only you could get it right. A recent development underscores the radical nature of the Electoral Commission's methods. A well-respected figure in Irish politics.
Yet when I proposed a bill to introduce, guardrails for the Electoral Commission, Fine Gael didn't show up. So
James, I believe he's trying to say James Atchison, who
James.
very poignantly is actually framed in a picture behind Oswald as he makes this statement. 2-time Taoiseach was permitted to receive the signatures needed for nomination.
But he just couldn't do it.
I'm waiting for the but.
However,
I'm sure there's a but in here. subsequent to him nearly receiving the full 7 signatures required to be officially nominated.
Oh.
Here we go, the alleged.
Oh.
Will we ever see the document? Who knows? I don't think we will. He was contacted to inform him the Electoral Commission, and subsequently annulled his candidacy in the election with no reason attached.
The government is
Yeah.
very opposed to the speech being given right now. A lot of them misbehaving at the moment.
I believe the Taoiseach just, or no, it wasn't the Taoiseach.
One of the ministers, though, wasn't very happy. Apparently fell asleep at his desk.
Again, something Oireach, and Oswald, the unlikely type, is actually a supporter of genocidal Israel. This and the denial of other former Taoiseach should arouse contrariety
Yeah.
from within the Dáil, given our role to hold all institutions to account, whether it be the justice system or the electoral committee. Two very different committees there, reckon. To that end, Fine Gael is willing to associate with any party to look into this matter in full and to see the proper accountability for our electoral processes.
Yet once again, they did not show up to vote on the bill that would have required accountability, and I doubt they read it. So. But anyways, it's fine because Dave vetoed it anyway on the grounds of formatting.
Again, the government trying to be told to stop talking there. Oh,
The result of this has only served to the benefit of one person, namely the incumbent.
wait, is he claiming that Killian's running the whole thing?
No, I believe he just said that this fad, as he might describe it, is benefiting Killian only, while
Oh,
depriving the other people of any say. And some sitting in this Dáil will be happy to hear it,
I believe I could be wrong, but
as clearly evidenced by the reaction in this chamber. Evidenced. I don't know if that's a word. The people, however, do not want a mirage of choice, and they most certainly don't want an uncontested election either.
I wouldn't think I wouldn't think Oswald with 4 seats is qualified to speak on behalf of all of Ireland. But here we are.
I don't think the people wanted his mandate either. It is your duty as representatives. Oh, he's now telling the representatives how to do their jobs. As for me and my party comrades, we are committed to serving
Cringe.
the will of the people, no matter what obstructs our party in achieving its mission. We will fight tooth to the nail to that end, no matter how much you praise the current president,
So no matter how much people like him,
and
they will
create a
push their
partial
agenda.
view of how much he has achieved over the months. The people are wise to it. The people see through the outright lies.
Do they?
The nepotism. It took him a while to type that.
Mm.
The degradation of the highest office of the land. It is my duty to deliver the speech to this gathering today, and I believe it is Ireland's destiny to tackle this issue once and for all. And he finishes there and resumes his seat. Quite a shocking speech there from the leader of Fine Gael. He's still thanked, though, by Arnie Tuan.
With the exact same copy and paste thank you that he has given to
And
everyone. So
a
I wouldn't
red
take it.
love heart going off. What was that show?
I don't know. Okay. How many more speakers, Daniel?
I believe we'll be given an address from the leader of the Green Party, and then we'll go to the Minister Noah, and then we will adjourn.
I think they should have put a limit on how many people need to speak. I think it should have been leaders only.
Oh, everyone's been been muted, I believe, so that there's no interruptions whilst a speech is being given.
I would just like to point out I actually forgot to take pictures of Cecilio speaking. That's an awful shame.
Aw. Aw. It would really be a shame if people just stopped talking about him as a whole.
And the
National Journalists
Lash
Union
Corda has
announces
called on Bo
boycott.
there.
National Journalists Union announces boycott on content regarding Cecilia Quinley.
Now, the leader of the Green Party.
With breasts outlined in
Gur
her dress.
math agut Ken Corla,
Spelt wrong, pronounced wrong, I hope.
all in title case as well, interestingly.
So is she allowed to wear this?
Gavin Covrum a Kolesh on a Swan Fui Fuhak a Vadra.
Well, we
Something
all
about
know
a
this
dog.
came from ChatGPT.
Do we have
Something about
do
it.
we have any translations? Erin, are you in the chat?
Will
It is with deep humility and abiding respect
Oh.
for this social institution. No, that is not what she said. That I rise to speak in this sitting today.
This is like Verona Murphy all over again.
What did she say in Irish?
Couldn't tell you. Something about a dog.
Erin's up.
She mentioned a
Aaron,
dog,
what did she say, please?
as well as wearing this
Sorry,
really
I
strange-
only got the first word. I
Aaron,
only
you're
heard the
back. Thank
first
you.
word.
I'll quickly get
What did
you.
she
I'll
say?
quickly get the message to you.
Thank you.
Hold on, give me just a second.
To address the joint sitting of the Oireachtas in the presence of
She did end it with Vadra, so I'm assuming she said
Yeah.
something about a dog.
something about a dog is both an honour and a reminder.
Oh, I have
A
word
reminder of the
from
weight
Mr.
of the
Sunday
trust
that,
placed upon us by the
that Bo
people we
said,
are
my
privileged to serve.
sincere condolences to the president on the abduction of his dog.
Oh, that's what we're all scrambling over.
It was the privilege of my life to receive my seal as Taoiseach and Minister for Business, Enterprise and Innovation from the President.
And me. Come on now.
I remember taking the photo. I wouldn't stop talking as I was extremely late and nervous. A trend she's continued even to this day. That's continuity for you. However, besides from leading an unsuccessful bid for Taoiseach, I'm a bit of a local champion. Again, point of order, Miss
Very
Leahy.
true. Very true.
So I will quickly.
I began my career here in the upper chamber, and after one session, as I was shimmered down to this chamber.
Yeah, I will quickly mention. Please do stick around.
Since then, I've been honoured to represent Munster and Dublin North.
Do stick around because the president will be coming onto the stage after this to.
My constituents care about local
Everyone
issues.
leave.
They care about clean streets, fixed walls, and spirit within the community.
Amen.
I wonder if the leader of the Green Party knows the president is here. The people of Dublin North want Ireland to be fertile and prosperous.
Oh, I
We also
believe
wanted an ungodly amount of cocaine, apparently. But
What?
talk about that.
time ended.
Anyway,
I've received
but we need
word from
we need a
sources
strong
within.
plan, and we need greater representation in this chamber.
Sorry, I've received word from sources within the chamber leadership that
This doll has
the-
failed the people. We fail to show how the people are represented.
that chamber
Sorry.
leadership have been given 3 minutes and other speakers 2 minutes. So I do believe, well, she is chamber leadership, so she has 3. 1 more minute probably.
The next minister will only get 2
We need
minutes.
to
Then.
change. We need to stop politicizing issues that can be built by coherent ideas. I think that's about the most coherent thing Bo has ever said.
Mhm.
A republic forged through hardship, vision, and the unyielding demand for self-determination.
I wonder, will she mention business?
Stands today as a
Well,
testament to the courage of
money on
those
it.
who came before us.
€30.
I'll throw a quid on it too.
Each way.
and as a challenge to us now to shape a future worthy of that inheritance.
You can tell this was ChatGPT from the hyphens.
Yes, I was going to mention that actually. I watched a very interesting video on it
Uh,
the other day.
Gemini also repeats certain words. I forgot what they were, but you will know them if you see them.
Our responsibility for the future is to meet that call.
Apologies.
If we could just refrain from coughing, please, thank
We
you.
don't
Yeah,
have a cough
directly into
button.
the mic.
Okay, that was a
Dan,
bit
how about
aggressive.
you
There.
move your mic way
Like
back?
attack a
Okay.
girl for
Yeah.
coughing. She
In
can't
your
handle it.
presence,
Like.
in your
Fucking me.
presence, Uachtaran, we are reminded that while governments may change,
Can a girl just have emphysema these days? God,
something,
probably about business. I hope.
there would have been a lovely flow into that next paragraph there, but the ideas of the Irish Republic endure. Freedom,
Freedom.
equality,
The Equality Commission. Green Party policy.
solidarity,
Beautiful.
let's collectively, as a chamber, uphold these ideas and do better. Go Raibh Maith.
I'm
Sorry, go Raibh
surprised.
Mathagut.
I'm surprised ChatGPT couldn't spell Gormagat correctly, but here we are.
I mean,
AI is still
limitations.
flawed.
Limitations.
We're not quite there
Killian
yet.
has moved away from speaking Irish now to his friends and has
Technically.
moved to English.
It's probably because Bo would not understand.
And we now have the
Who?
final member, the minister for. Let me just make sure I'm getting this right.
I believe An Uachtaráin is the only person sat on the elevated part next to the chair without an Irish flag. So
I think that's extremely unpatriotic of the
exactly.
president, and we should impeach him.
Yeah,
And that's
the
why this Sunday
That's
I will
why
be
that Jeremy is
filing
announcing his candidacy.
articles of impeachment. We now move to Noah.
yeah, the minister for foreign affairs.
With a 2-minute speaking time.
Who's on the
Gurmagat.
camera today? It's very smooth.
Jeremy.
Thank you,
Great,
thank you,
isn't
thank
it?
you. My
See,
pleasure, my
Danielle,
pleasure.
just click
Jeez,
watch. It's fine.
normally I'd be having a few seizures.
It is, Ken Corda, it is a pleasure to be speaking here today in front of the president. Someone who I've known the longest in this community.
Silence in the chamber.
I think I just heard a tumbleweed go by there.
Just heard Killian Clark queef.
Well, getting back to the political scene after a period away, it was in fact the president who messaged me and welcomed me back. And supported me as I made my way back in. You'd swear the president was leaving.
I know. Well, I think Oswald would have been much happier in his
Yeah.
speech.
This is true. This is true.
They kind of sound like obituaries. Like
Yeah. It was such a pleasure to know him. You know, he was such a great guy.
Such a great man, honestly.
He was such an inspiration. I think we both can agree that Ireland, since the early days, has come far. It's definitely
And
gone far. I wonder
then
if
went
it was the
backwards
right way or the
again.
wrong way, but I mean, that's neither here nor there.
It's been going far, just in the downwards
It's
spiral.
been going somewhere anyway.
Oh,
And with him as president, he has been a beacon of light for us all. He's actually
So wait.
extremely depressing in my DMs.
who else said the beacon of light thing? Oscar said the beacon of light thing as well.
I think they're using the same ChatGPT
Yeah.
model.
The algorithm likes to use that line. Oh,
The algorithm
electoral-
realized a number of people were trying to
Yeah.
get a speech here for the president. So
said, let's leave a sign. Victoria O'Neill, former Supreme Court Justice and Electoral Commissioner, Chairwoman.
and former two-time Taoiseach, our first female Taoiseach, a post she isn't very much remembered for.
Well, I don't think many people are,
Well, that's because it was 2021.
because almost everyone has been.
Thankfully, I remember that actually. I was there for her last sitting when none of her party showed up. And with him running, she then resigned in disgrace the next day. Anyway,
So,
moving on. With him running for re-election, or sorry, re-election,
gagged. I'm so hungry.
I believe that will continue. I don't know if that sentence is continuing or is punctuation. That's
That
about
will
a
continue full stop, I think. he meant.
about a H6 about a H6 right now.
Jeremy, you're getting very cheeky on the old English there. Don't make me remind you of Museum Gate.
Let's
Museum.
not do that. Let's not do that at
Museum.
all.
Did you take the picture of the museum?
I wasn't attacking you, Aaron. Let's just remember the deal we made after that incident.
Museum.
Okay, sorry, lagged for a min. Again,
Unparliamentary
no
language.
punctuation. Losing C marks and M marks there.
I would say
those
that's a
sitting
0 out of 5 on mechanic.
there. 0 out of 5 indeed. I won't be writing
I
a
believe
speech
it
like
has
this on
been
my
2
paper one.
minutes.
I am thankful for his many years of public service to this community.
He's not dead, guys. He's just announced his
Literally,
bid for re-election. Can we be a bit more joyful,
he's still
please?
here,
We've had a lot of
especially in
fires
this
from
chamber.
Killian.
House fires.
No,
What?
he's just been sending a lot of fire emojis.
Oh, because he's a fucking grade one glazer. Come on, guys. He knows what
He
to
has
do
to
for those
reciprocate the glaze
signatures.
somehow.
Yeah.
He has to reciprocate the glaze somehow.
No, I think he's
He-
setting
he will-
other people on fire because other people are now sending the emoji.
I don't think that's it.
I
And I
would
definitely am
say
thankful for his friendship.
I think Killian is going to be overwhelmed with the amount of friends he is now finding
I
out
feel
he
like I
has.
should stand up and just like chew him
I
out
thank
to
Killian for
really
being my
balance
friend.
this out.
Yeah. Killian, you no good for nothing waste of breath.
And he's now being silenced there. Without him, I don't think I'd even be here. The minister is
Oh,
continuing,
he
despite
continues.
his time being up, speaking here today, and he finishes there and resumes. Seat.
Zoom on the chair.
Zoop. I feel like you
What?
could add
Oh,
those.
we
I know.
didn't. There was no final speech,
No, please stop it. Stop.
and I haven't been informed of this myself.
Oh no.
Oh,
Who's that? Who's that?
This is going to be good.
The member address
Oh,
in
here we go.
Palestine.
Saoirse Dunn Palestine is speaking.
Saoirse agus Siachan Don
you're
Palestine.
talking to your calm.
Don Palestine. Sorry.
Free Palestine.
Palestine. Free Palestine.
I'll be brief, he says. I believe he might just finish with free Palestine, and that'll be it. Killian's
Saoirse
journey
Siachan.
hasn't been without its challenges. No leaders ever ever is. Okay, again.
Gagged.
C marks are going down there.
Oh, bells.
The bells. Is there a pope? Do we have white smoke?
The parliament will be suspended until the ringing of the bells.
But
Please,
leadership
Galloway.
isn't about being flawless. It's about being accountable, resilient, and committed to growth. Mr. Speaker, they are Delulu with no
Hello, with no
Delulu.
Tallulah.
And that's exactly what Killian has shown throughout his term.
Mr. Speaker.
Oh, Archie's been
Mr.
told to
Happy.
behave themselves.
His presidency
Sorry,
has
Kamala.
brought real progress.
No,
just
that
in
was the
words,
Kian caller.
Matthew.
Oh.
Thankfully,
Shut
as Artie has told me today that I do nothing, so that's fine.
Yeah.
His presidency, as I already said, under his leadership, we've seen meaningful steps forward, guided by values that matter. I actually don't think the Lashcan Corla can tell us what to do with Artie anyway. That's beside the point. He's led with purpose and, more importantly, with integrity.
And I just think
Are
we
we
should be-
behaving ourselves, please?
Oh,
A person
you're not
that
being
is-
cool yet.
is
We're not
more-
being
Right
cool
here.
yet. Get on.
is
Go!
more- excuse me, Killian is more than a leader I admire. He's a friend and colleague I trust. I'm just trying to do my job here, please. Thanks, folks. We've worked together in tough situations, and he's always brought honesty, clarity, and good judgment to the table. A lot of Oxford commas I'm seeing today, and a lot of incorrectly used Oxford commas,
Ooh,
frankly.
at least
So
this one
today-
isn't ChatGPT.
So today, as we look back on on what he's accomplished, he is accomplished. Let's also look forward. Again, incorrect apostrophes there. Let's give the chance to continue the work he is started. I'm proud to stand with him. I hope you are too. God bless Roman Catholics in the 19th
No,
to Rome. And
Saoirse
that's
agus Siacán Don Palestine. That's all
and
he
that is
wanted to say.
the TD there finishing
Oswald
his
left
remarks.
after his own speech, demonstrating quite clearly
No,
his
he did
misplaced
stay. He did
character.
stay for a little bit longer after.
He just couldn't be asked to listen to any voice that wasn't his own. I am no longer jumping because that is unparliamentary.
Which one of
Home
you?
rule, home rule.
Which one of you is holding the champagne bottle? I think that's neat.
Me. I like to get a bit tipsy.
Rome rule. So true. Anti-unionism.
I tried to say John Redmond was scammed. Didn't make it.
Okay, breaking news. The Trinity College Dublin Chancellery has received word that the Novak Institute will be transporting the body of an Uachtaráin Conor Novak to the campus, and he will be buried in the tomb in the historical.
So how
site.
did he?
Can
How did
I-
he die?
Can I veto that? I don't want that
No.
body anywhere near anything.
Well,
The
don't
smell
worry.
would be appalling.
But
He
how did
smells
they
horrible.
die? What happened?
Connor was
How did it die? It uses its.
Connor
pronouns, thank you.
was mutilated by the Munster Free State.
In
Oh.
conjunction with O'Mara Oil, Natural Gas, and Holding Group operatives, I'm told.
LTD.
Very very sorry to hear that.
LTD.
PLC. LMC.
I believe
they
the Shannon
Terms and
is now
conditions
being
apply.
sent back to their chamber. Yes.
I ain't going back.
Yeah, no, these chairs smell. So.
Yeah, these actually stink. Imagine not
This
having
place
blue
smells
ones.
like
Get
shit.
a grip. Oh, sorry. Jump the gun there.
Oh,
You know,
lovely
you just
abuse
know,
from the Kian caller there.
you know this corridor just smells like kind of stale.
Then you enter the lovely room, lovely smelling room of the
Smells like
Shannon.
Febreze. It smells like Febreze, fresh cotton.
Yep. There's incense, I'm told.
Yeah.
I imagine the
There-
Shannon
there-
smells like lavenders or something. Oh,
No, not when you're in it.
oh okay. What?
we have. Oh, stop the bells.
I've just been told by Callum Cathcart that I've been fired.
So I
And
just want to
Shannon
quickly
Aaron
say the
has
Shannon,
adjourned.
yeah, Shannon has adjourned for today. And the
Thank
door
fuck.
is still struggling to adjourn.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun,
Neve, let's go
dun.
sit beside each other.
Okay. Love you.
That's okay. You should sit in my gallery. I have a private gallery. I built myself.
Is my wife having an affair in front of me on
No.
live
Right
TV?
here. Sit beside me. There we go. There was once a chair in front of me, but I deleted it because it was annoying. I like to feel
Yeah.
like I am unobstructed
Legroom.
in my viewing.
It's like when you get
I'm
married,
watching
see?
these.
And look, a cat has come up and tried to beat us.
Dun, dun. Oh, we have to rise.
Oh,
No,
for
I'm not
fuck's sake.
rising.
Jesus
Oh,
fucking Christ.
Corbyn is standing. No, not standing. She's sitting. So
Yeah, she doesn't acknowledge the patriarchal institute that is the presidency. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
again, I believe they're having an affair right in front of the president, but
President now leaving with the very cringe
Tell you now,
flag.
nobody has
Whose
respect.
idea?
Nobody has respect for the sacred sacrament of marriage these days.
Until death do us part, let it be known.
I'm
Hear
actually a
ye, hear ye.
priest, so that's really.
Ordained.
well, I do
We've done
believe the duel may be adjourned. I don't think it's been properly announced yet.
I'm going to go.
Oh no, they're being asked to resume their seats. We haven't.
Oh, Lucas
Right,
Doherty is
what's all
stood
this
beside
then?
me at the moment. I could smell him. I might be nuked for saying that Conor Novak smelled.
So what am I witnessing over here?
What do you mean?
Neve has been quoted in the Oireachtas saying, "You want a feel," to Emperor the presidential Shanadori.
No, I did not say that to him.
Erin, the fiance of Neve Clark, is on the scene. What do you have to say about this?
I said that to my grandfather. Thank you very much.
That doesn't make it better.
No, we now have Killian Clark on the phone. We've been ringing him all day, and he's finally had the time to respond.
Drums!
So, Killian Clark.
Didn't he answer earlier?
Yeah, he wasn't meant to.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
that was meant to be a voicemail. I'm new with this BlackBerry thing.
You're not.
So
Oh.
Killian Tesco Mobile?
I have Leica mobile, thank you. Please don't.
A
don't put this
Leica.
on.
Oh wow. So were you
Wow.
sold that on the path as you were heading into Leinster House also?
No, it was when he got on the boat.
Oh,
Damn. Damn.
Okay,
that's my granddaughter.
That's go on.
Okay, I did not come on this stage to be called an illegal migrant. Let's get going with the juicy questions. Come on, RT, you're
Are you a
editorial
legal
professor.
migrant?
Oh, we were meant to. We were meant to have questions prepared for this.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh my
I'm
god, you
a
saw that
drinker.
sitting. There's
I'm
a
a
lot of
drinker.
subject matter. Come on, there's a lot of subject matter after that.
What are
Killian,
your
Killian, I
opinions
think
on
I'll start us off.
Oswald?
Stop shouting.
Sorry.
Killian, I think I'll start us off. Look, today, I think it's pretty fair to say that there was varying reactions to your presence in the chamber. Some of a lot of ice cream glaze, and then some of not so much. Notably from members of Fine Gael. Do you have any response to any of the statements that kind of came from the Fine Gael party leader, or anything you might want to tell him directly,
Well,
if you could?
while I stride across my room to turn on my LEDs, much to the amusement of my neighbors, I want to start off, by the way, preface everything I'm about to tell you with some lovely remarks, which is that the speeches made this evening were adorable. They were cutesy. They were very nice speeches.
You
They
just
were
got
very
glazed.
polite. And well, when you do nice things, you get to be glazed, Neve. Maybe you should try it sometime.
You
But
need to
essentially
learn
what
some
happened
manners.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But what happened tonight was a singular TD, not a political movement, not a party, a singular TD, and I'm not going to name names, has decided to criticize the incumbent president, not going to name names, and call them
Corbyn Clark?
partisan, call them
He who-
Corbyn Clark, Davids, call them the claims levied against me were that I was electioneering. I made one statement about the election in my statement, which is that I'm seeking re-election. The deputy, on the other hand, made his entire statement about the election. He was the only person to speak this evening on the matter of the election, and I think that says a lot about his intentions heading into tonight's joint sitting.
Actually,
But-
can I just raise the public's attention to a statement just made by the leader in regards to this joint sitting? If everybody would like to
Excuse
read that.
me, you've just interrupted the president of Ireland.
No,
Yeah,
please,
President
continue,
Trump.
please.
It's within the vein of what Oswald had said in the doll.
Well,
This
Where
is
is the statement?
invigorating.
deputies can call it a boycott, but at the end of the day, speaking from personal experience, it ends up being an excuse for their poor attendance. So
At the end of the
perhaps
day, there
we
was
ought to
one
keep
boycott, and we
that.
don't need another.
But at the end of the day, we should be boycotting Israel, actually. So are they calling me Israel?
There's
Is
the
that what it is?
Agashia Khan Palestine.
Is that what they're calling
One
me?
second. One second. If any server moderators are in the chat at the moment, if someone could give me access to the pictures channel, that would be much appreciated. The state
will be doing
photographer
that.
has returned.
I will do that.
Thank you.
You are not
Okay.
well. You're not Oris photographer anyway, because Corbyn Clark
Oh.
called me slurs in DMs last time I sacked her. So
Oh my god.
She doesn't do a great job. Okay.
Right, class. We're not
Just
going
saying,
anywhere.
they're mediocre at best. They are mediocre at best. I'm
Stop,
just saying
don't be
that now.
nasty, don't be
Anyway,
nasty.
love your
Corbyn
wife.
is right
She's
here,
very
Jeremy.
nice.
Do you want me to bring her up? She was.
No,
very-
thanks,
Hold on,
please.
Killian,
No,
what
no.
happened to your dog that was apparently
Again.
abducted?
So on the matter
He's
of my
currently safe
dog,
with his uncle. He's
you
currently
know,
safe
you're
with his
making me
uncle.
get very political here. I don't like to get political, but a lady called Bo Warren
You were correct.
entered the grounds of Orson Nuchtron on July 5th, 2024, and did in fact abduct my dog for the purposes of culinary arts. So
Oh,
Oh, wow.
your
Oh,
dog's
do
dead.
with that
No, you're joking. Your
information-
dog's dead.
do with that information what you will.
In the
A
name
new
of the
dog has
Father, the
appeared that
Son,
looks
and of
a
the
new dog
Holy
has appeared. Well, listen, a new dog has appeared that looks eerily similar, but due to my dementia, I can't really distinguish between the old dog and the new one.
Killian, I have just received word that the dog is code for Corbyn herself.
This is true. This is true.
This
This is
is
very
not
true. This is true. This
Did
is
Bo abduct Corbyn to eat her? Or I would say something else, but I can't because you're here.
Because don't blame me.
I will not.
You're the one asking me
I
the
would like to
question.
side with the Green Party leader on that one.
Excuse me.
Very rarely am I left speechless. Oh my god. But no, today
You've
was
always
very
got
lovely.
something to say with that big
A
mouth.
Lynn quote actually made it into the doll, which is
2
surprising
days
because Lynn was a total bitch. So people
Yeah.
are quoting her. That's
No,
very
He was
interesting.
really kind to me in general chat the other day. And you know what? You know what, Jake?
Birds
You
of
know
a
what,
feather. Birds
know-
of a feather.
you know what? Jake messaged me and he said, "She's being too kind. This is a trap."
I'm not
Anyway,
gonna laugh because today is meant to be a nice day.
I
The
believe
weather was lovely
Yvonne-
today, by the way.
I
This is
believe
true.
Yvonne
It
has a
actually was
question
quite nice.
prepared as Squelga for an Uachtaráin.
Who has a question, Oscar Gamosha Dahale?
Yvonne.
Yvonne, please proceed
Oh.
with your question.
Oh my yeah. Tá tú chu me sé an spot inis. Oh my yeah. Okay.
Oh my yeah.
Oh,
Oh my yeah.
Go on, girl.
Well, a híal se tá ceiste gom dit inis.
Biggie kind
They-
Moshe
the
Dahale.
Dé do flanan an taucií agus don fiochttas seo le haig an Uachtaránacht.
Arish, you're.
Yeah,
I can't, say
of
this
that
in Irish. I can't say this in Irish, but let's not call through our Samsung fridge when we're speaking in a different language. Let's.
Is this your way of dodging, Gwelga?
Well,
Gwelga dodger!
Rona Murphy.
you've
Rona
read
Murphy?
me like a book, Neve Clark. You've read me
You're
like
making
a book.
a holy show of yourself on Uachtaráin. A holy show.
Instant Brega inis, and I'm not sauced leis.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Neil she sauced.
Neil, she's
Ooh.
Costa.
Tá broner.
Dílam sauced leis.
It's
Boom,
brought
Costa.
Well, look, TG Cara exists for a reason, and it's so old people who don't know how to change the channel can cry at their screen as a man speaks in a
Let
strange.
me out!
literally, so old people can cry at their screen as they forget how to change away from this strange.
Let the
language.
hole! Let the hole let me out!
Oh, stop! We shouldn't make fun of the Irish language because it is instrumental in our liberation, but that's a story for another day.
Killian, apparently
So
The-
clear.
the Novak Institute is currently transporting the body of an Uachtaráin Conor Novak to Trinity College Dublin's site. And
I do
He's been
just want to
exhumed,
say,
he's
I do just want to
yeah,
say,
he's been absorbed.
we have received a statement from Fianna Fáil, from the leader of Fianna Fáil, sorry, Checkmail. He issued a statement there regarding the joint sitting, which he was notably not in attendance for.
No, that was his leader of the
The statement
opposition.
reads, I begin this statement with unequivocal disapproval of this joint sitting, which was nothing more than a thinly veiled stunt by the incumbent President Killian Clark, designed purely to manipulate support and secure nominations ahead of his next presidential election. It is deeply regrettable that a figure meant to represent Ireland and to serve, that there's an Oxford comma there that is incorrect, and to serve as a symbol of unity, has reduced the dignity of his office by seeking shelter in the houses of the Oireachtas to secure nominations. Fianna Fáil unequivocally condemns this for what it is, a reckless insult to the integrity of our very institutions. Okay, this event should have never taken place. Indeed, it should have never been entertained, and is a stain on the clerks of the Oireachtas for allowing such a spectacle to proceed. We firmly
Wow.
believe the Chamber should be free to consider all worthy candidates on merit, not be convinced by the incumbent President in a shameful rally solely to sway the nominations to his favour. This is a clear and dangerous tilt of the pillars of our democracy. And that is the full, complete statement. There from
Mm.
typical mailers, Uachtaráin, Fianna
Well,
Fáil.
No.
can I just say I normally wouldn't respond, but I think I should. I'm in a good mood. I had an ice cream today, so I'm in a very good mood.
I bet you do.
But I need to be very precise with what I say. First of all, I think he's very misleading in that, and I will respond. I should take our political leader seriously. I think he's very misleading in that the reason he wasn't there wasn't because he disapproved of the sitting. He actually apologized to clerks that he couldn't attend because he had a technological issue. So unless he was lying to the clerks or lying to the Irish people, that
Ooh.
is for the people to decide and determine.
Naughty.
With regard to the actual sitting being a rally or thinly veiled political stunt, I would like to thank ChatGPT for coming up with that phrase for the leader who also doesn't take a seat. I believe he handed over leadership to Brian O'Carney, or at least he tried, which is really sums up everything you need to know about the political career of this individual. But to say that this sitting was a thinly veiled political stunt is disappointing. I did sit there and receive criticism from a member of the Dáil, and rightly so. This is their chamber. To claim that the people of Ireland have been denied a democratic choice, well, that just says everything you need to know about this member. He's obviously not been in Ireland long enough to know that An Uachtaráin, the selection of An Uachtaráin, is never going to be, unless given permission by group staff, a democratic process. That was never the intention behind our head of state, and perhaps he ought to revise Bunreacht na Héireann, if he believes otherwise. But no, I do think it's a disappointing statement. It's trying to weaponize a movement and a momentum that isn't there. There isn't really a momentum there to weaponize, but they will try to do so nonetheless. What I will always preface my remarks with is that I extend an open armed and olive branch welcome to the party leader to direct their concerns to my DMs. I am a fair person. I hear them out. I'm not one to duck from criticism, as we all saw this evening.
Oh, Lewis Doherty, server owner, has just done an everyone ping in general. Hiring for leader of Fianna Fáil. Requirements: don't be stupid, know how to campaign, somewhat, know how to communicate effectively, have a spine. At everyone.
Oh God.
Boa
Well,
is
I
already
think
trying
Lewis
to
speaks
run.
for all of us when he expresses our discontent.
Lewis is correct, but also he hasn't taken
Folks,
his medication.
breaking news. Breaking news. World has called Lewis Doherty cringe. This is
Oh,
breaking news.
no.
Breaking news here. Live from RT Radio Television here in Radio 1 in Donnybrook. There is some breaking news. And still no Pope.
So Oscar, we not Oscar. Oh my God. Killian, we have an anonymous question. What was your favourite speech given? If
Oh,
there
that's
was
not
an
a fair
answer.
question.
Killian,
That's not a
Killian.
The
There's a
one I
reason.
gave.
No. There's a reason they
Killian, the
submitted
one I
that
gave.
anonymously, and
No.
it's because if I knew who submitted that, I would stab them. You can't ask that question.
Guys, well, I
Killian,
know
just
who it
say
was,
mine.
but I won't tell
Killian,
you.
just say mine. Just say mine.
Killian, let's not. Killian,
By
how
the way,
do you
Neve and
feel?
Jeremy sitting next to each other. Ooh, there could be something there, guys. Ooh,
Stop.
next generation of a
Stop it.
French
Stop it.
family.
Stop it.
Ooh.
Killian, stop. I'm a happily married lesbian.
My cheeks are going red. My cheeks are going red.
So we've got another question. Very important.
just
Very
the
important
cholesterol.
question.
I was gonna speak.
So we
Uh,
have an
well,
anonymous
just-
question for Killian.
Well, before this question, if I may,
Yeah, of
I've
course.
just received word from one of the Oireachtas staff there. The leader of Fianna Fáil did not submit an absence for today's sitting. So I believe he.
Well, he did speak in the GC, to be fair to him. He did
Oh,
say he
no.
had a technological problem. But I don't think he's communicated that to the Irish people, so perhaps our press should get onto
And
that.
I think it's
Okay.
interesting that he mentioned that people pick their president on merit. Maybe he
That-
should
Oh, really?
reread his statement. I
Well,
think
with
he should
respect
reread
to
that
my
statement.
close friend and colleague James Akeson, if the president was selected on merit, then that is precisely why James Akeson was rejected. wasn't it? Let's
Wait,
be
okay.
realistic here.
So
Let me
we're
just-
getting a lot of questions
Do you
here. We need
expand
to
on
get
that,
through them.
President?
But
Mr.
let
President,
me-
I
do
was
you
gonna
expand?
we have to answer the questions, though. We have to
Do
answer
you want to
the
expand
questions.
on that? Sorry, that was just kind of a groundbreaking statement there. Do you want to delve a bit deeper there for the
Well,
Irish people?
Well, James Akeson is literally a very close friend of mine. I first served as a minister under his government. He was my first Taoiseach. And needless to say, he was the first Taoiseach since Tomás Ihacker for me to be politically involved with. So he provided much needed relief and therapy and comfort. But
Sus.
when we select our head of state, and I need to choose my words carefully here, as Kamala says, when we select our head of state, we need to be wary with the temperament and characteristics of that person. And I say we, I mean when the Presidential Commission on Nominations selects the head of state, and they are, going through people nominated by the Irish people, we need to be wary of the temperament of those people and their capacity to disseminate important state information to perhaps hostile member states of the UN. That is something that I would be concerned about, and it's something that was flagged by many other people that aren't Killian Clark, that aren't the Commission. So with respect to James Akeson, whom I share a very fond and close relationship with, I don't think that he should be the proponent or the mascot for this Democratic campaign.
Okay.
Can we get to the
I mean,
questions that are being asked, or?
Oh, wait, one moment. Killian,
Okay.
how do you feel that 3 out of 6 of the speeches today were in fact written using ChatGPT?
Is mine on there?
Well, I
I'm
well,
not at the liberty to speak on such matters,
they
unfortunately.
have her hands tied, but
Journalistic integrity, come on.
I don't mind ChatGPT being used to assist in writing speeches because I understand people don't enjoy writing speeches.
Aren't
It can be
capable?
tedious.
Sorry,
It can be
that was.
boring. Believe it or not, I'm the first president since Conor Novak never to use ChatGPT in my statements. So you can take that home with you. You can put that on the
I believe
fridge.
C. Quantic used it a lot.
Oh, he loved it,
Okay,
and
but
so did Bjork.
just quick plug. You don't need ChatGPT if you attend Trinity College Dublin, either digital course or communications
Here we
and media,
go.
because they both have
Okay.
course writing modules. Come on, yeah.
Oh, Dan. Poor
Oh.
Dan. Dan, you can get to the questions
What?
before me.
Oh, well,
pointing
I'll try to get through these quickly. And first, we have an anonymous question for Killian. Why are you eating so much ice cream and beating your wife?
Oh,
Oh, please
Oh,
tell me this isn't on
naughty.
stream. Is this my legacy
This
now?
is on
Eating ice
stream.
cream?
This is on stream.
Oh God, Dave is gonna DM me tomorrow. No, first of all, I love ice cream. Ice cream is one of the few things that brings me happiness in this world, other than
Same.
beating my wife. So we should all be fond of ice cream. You know what? I've always said that if I had like a larger disposable income, perhaps I would become the largest person in the world because I love ice cream. We all know that
We're not
title
that
belongs.
far off.
We all know that title belongs to True Donald, so I won't be taking that from him at the moment. But yeah, I do love ice cream. Beating my wife? No, we don't do that to Corbin. If anything, it's the other way around. The amount of time she has stubbed cigarettes onto me and
Killian,
thrown me down the stairs out of spite. I mean, I more than I care to count, to be honest with you.
Killian,
What do you
breaking
say about
news.
Angarda Síochána investigating bruises found?
Oh,
Clark,
Well, I think you'll
body.
be deregistering them probably.
Killian, breaking
Bonnie.
news. A member of Aura's staff has overheard Corbyn saying, "I love Packet," hinting towards her substance abuse issues. Will you be advising that the First Lady is admitted into rehabilitation?
Hold on a minute. The
And
First
is
Lady
this
has
just
been
previews?
no,
Is
no,
this
no,
just
no.
them?
The First Lady is a symbol for recovering addicts. How dare you attack her and her record? 6 rehabilitation clinics opened up under Tony Hayward's premiership as First Lady. So please don't come at me with that one. Come on. You're
I'm just
better than
receiving
this,
word.
Lee.
So
I'm just
we
receiving
do
word.
have more
Actually,
questions
they've
if we
all
do want
closed
to.
down. I think they've all closed down
Yeah.
since then.
Dan, Dan, that's the next question.
Right,
before we
next
dig into this.
question from Bo this time. Killian, did you like Bo's
Ooh.
outfit?
Loved it. I was told by members of staff just to shake the Taoiseach's hand and the leader of the opposition if he showed up, and the Ceann Corla. I decided to shake Bo's hand as well. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Bo. Bo did not like me for a long time, but I'm a huge fan of Bo. She's a lovely party leader. I shook her hand because she was there, and yes, her outfit was great. Primark really are
Can,
doing well this year.
can I read you the correlating tweet from the Green Party? On Wednesdays, we wear pink and attend joint sitting of the Oireachtas. Green Party leader Steph Green stated it in your presence, Uachtaráin, we reminded while that the government may change the ideals of the Irish Republic ensure freedom, equality, and solidarity.
I mean, can I just say,
A mean
this
girls
has
quote
been a
there as
topic
well.
of contention. This has been a huge topic of contention between me and my wife. But I just love Bo. Like, who puts that in their tweet? Nobody. But it's amazing. It's groundbreaking. On Wednesdays we wear pink, and attend the joint sitting of the Oireachtas. Like, come on. Don't sit there and tell me that that is not amazing. Come on, that is great.
That was not amazing.
It was great.
I
If you
suppose
watch Mean Girls and understand the
underappreciated
lore,
her pure poetic capabilities.
exactly, tortured
Is she the
poets.
next Evan
Are we
Boland,
forgetting
Aaron?
that?
Is she the next Evan Boland?
I- She
Aaron,
could
Aaron,
run her,
tell
she could be.
tell the public why the Boland Institute had to disappear, please. Just to clear
No,
this
I don't want to talk about it.
Wait, what happened to the
draw
Boland
your
institution?
attention. Can I actually
Aaron.
draw your attention to the news channel where Flop News, i.e. Roblox, has called me radical fascist Killian Clark?
Oh,
This is
okay.
a title I bear with pride and honor. I thought this was Conor Novak's title. I am extremely honored to hold this title.
This
I've
is
worked
still
hard.
being
for this.
streamed, by the way. So
This is
I'm
okay.
being told Waterford Whispers news.
It's funny that
Oh.
they repost something they've already posted. They obviously want to make an important point. But the Electoral Commission don't ban candidates. I know it might be I'm not sure if English is this person's first language.
they prohibit them.
And I say this person because there's not a team behind these tweets. You need to have good tweets in order for a team to compose them.
Salamic.
But the Electoral Commission doesn't ban candidates from running. It doesn't work that way. They reject candidates' applications. If they were banning candidates, then Lewis Doherty would be using a lot more slurs than he currently does. So
we
Killian,
have one more question once
Mm.
Neve's finished with.
Killian, just a quick question from a member of the public. Are you a fan of maths?
maths, like
Math.
mathematics.
Mathematicas.
No, I hate it, and I.
Oh,
Killian,
and
Who is this
question.
person?
question
How do
was-
they know my weak spot? I
Question.
don't like
Th-
maths.
no, this was due to your Algerian heritage and the fact that
Oh.
math is an
Oh.
is an Arabic.
It is maths is.
invention.
I was told by my dad that one day. I think when I was younger, I was a lot more xenophobic. He had to remind me: A, you
Hey,
are basically a foreigner, and B, mathematics is it hails from the Arab world, and I don't think it made much difference.
Killian,
I probably
Killian,
still
Killian,
am
question.
xenophobic.
Question
Yes,
from the
Jeremy.
back here. Opinions, black smoke.
Oh, yes. I was watching something earlier about this. I do love the conclave. Can I say I do? I think it's such a remnant of a time that's long gone now. I mean, let's be honest. The world is kind of ending in a
Moved
fiery
on.
flame. Insert
is
a
true.
Lana Del Rey song here, but the
Insert
conclave,
footage of it, India, Pakistan,
the
Israel, Palestine,
conclave,
Ukraine, Russia.
the conclave persists. It does, and I know people are like shitting and sorry, I should say. I know people are very concerned that we might elect this huge right-wing
Racist.
traditionalist pope. I don't foresee that happening. Let's be honest. These old
Yeah.
men, and I call them old men for a reason. These old
They're
men
all homos.
who have this job. I didn't say that. They all are obviously very sentimental and very compassionate people. That's why they have this job. And I don't foresee much happening. Although the black smoke is to be expected. A very important bishop predicted that we would see the white smoke
Ooh.
on Friday. So I
Oh.
would happen to align with that. I think we're gonna have a 3-day conclave.
Okay.
I think Friday is the day.
Sorry, one moment, please, just to interrupt for the last time before I let Dan ask his questions. Strikes have been issued by Acting Secretary General Eamon McGrath. Checkmail of Cork has received a strike for 2 unauthorised absences of Fianna Fáil. Oireachtas has received a strike for 2 unauthorised absences and has received 3 strikes. Therefore, the deputy shall be removed from the Oireachtas for the remainder of the term.
He got deported.
Also, I think
Donald McGrath, I
Oireachtas
don't
is
know
just
what
being
his name is.
Oireachtas is just being referred to as a deputy, despite the fact he was a Shanador.
Anyways,
That's
what's his name?
serious.
Donica
McGrath.
Donica McGrath has received a strike for 2 unauthorised absences. Tristan J. Belshaw of Waterford has received a strike for 2 unauthorised absences, and Ellis Goulding 200 has received a strike for 2 unauthorised absences. Thank you very much.
Right, well, Jay Murtagh, the member who
Wow,
you
he's
may
so low.
rightly remember was sat in the second row with the
Yes,
mainly
with the Palestine
Palestine,
flag.
Here's
and
the
made a
Agus
great
Shea
he
on
has.
Palestine.
I think that's important. Whilst I asked this a question because it was asked by him, he says, "Is the president a supporter of Palestine, and has he turned to Rome already? Because he has."
Oh my goodness. This
Oh,
is just
no.
these
Dear
in the words of
Sheldon
Meryl
Palestine.
Streep. In the words of Meryl Streep, these are the moments that make life worth living. I mean, am I a supporter of Palestine? I have been called slurs for supporting Palestine. Oswald has
Amen.
brutally sexually assaulted me
Keep
for
it
my
going,
support
girl.
of Palestine.
Amen.
I'm a big supporter of Palestine. I won't get into it here because I don't think people want to
Well
hear
done,
President
Mr.
rant
President.
on
I'm
about
proud of you.
Palestine. But I
President
have
Bush.
mentioned Palestine in many of my statements. One statement, and the radical liberals were in uproar. The radical liberals, they got very upset actually.
Sorry,
But I don't
Artie,
care.
you're banned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah, we
just
everyone
broken
got.
law.
Yeah,
Oh,
Come on.
sorry about
it's
that.
pathetic, apparently. According to
Naughty
some.
fella.
Well, you know what? That's actually very true. But
I
anyway, no,
agree.
I'm a huge supporter of Palestine. I don't just turn to Rome. I actually, in the words of Mr. Sunday, home rule, Rome rule. So that's very true.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
oh!
oh,
Can we get an amen?
The day I was inaugurated was the day, and as Dylan Hello 20 made that speech as a representative of the Vatican, we turned to Rome. Oh God.
The
Well,
mother.
Anyway.
I would quickly like to send the stream off, and I'll be leaving the stage
Thank
now.
fuck, I
but-
haven't even eaten dinner
Thanks,
yet.
bye, bye.
Right,
bye,
so
bye.
I thank all
Oh.
of you from. Anyway, does anyone else have anything to say quickly?
Yes, Killian, this joint sitting prevented me from eating my dinner. So therefore your presidency has
Okay.
encouraged unhealthy
Still don't see where the problem is, fat ass.
and have
Okay,
been-
okay,
Ooh.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
enough.
am recovering. I am
Order,
recovering,
order.
Killian.
Order,
Order.
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 You need to learn some manners.
Holy show. A
You're
holy show.
making a holy show of yourselves, deputies.
Can I
Retain
actually
your
just say
seat.
though, the speeches today were of really high quality. I didn't expect to,
Really?
not to be mean. I didn't
ChatGPT
expect
is
high
coming a long
quality
way.
speeches.
Yeah.
Like Lynette
ChatGPT.
had a Lynette had a joint sitting, and all of those statements except mine were ChatGPT, and she was a very popular woman. Sequatic's joint sittings were always boring because nobody wanted to listen to him speak. But this was a very high quality joint sitting, in that people put together speeches. Even Oswald's was a fantastic speech. He put effort into it, despite only writing it the day off.
It's
So,
just spineless and stupid, but yet still a good
I mean, those adjectives come very freely to him, often because they're used and attributed to him. So,
yeah.
I have to say that this was a great joint sitting, and the speeches were just. I mean, Mr. Sunday had a great speech. I remember every speech distinctly because of how good they were. They weren't none of them were forgettable. So. That's a good thing.
Anywho, so Neve can get to her dinner now. I thank you all for watching
Oh,
today's
thank
stream.
you.
Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will hopefully see you all on Friday for the final dual question session. So until then,
Ooh.
have a wonderful evening and